Hey, hello everyone. In this video, I will be showing you how to fetch or get data from database, and I'm going to do this with the help of Node JS, Mongodb, and as well as Postman. So let's get started. So currently I'm having here a sample code for DB connection, schema, post, and the put method over here. And I have done a separate video on all this. So if you want to watch those videos first, this post method, this schema, this connection, you can just click on the above link or the card that is appearing on top somewhere here. You can watch all those stuff and you can just come and continue with this video, or else you can just continue with this video, no problem. So let me just explain the code first. So these are just the header files, a simple connection with my database connection with my localhost MongoDB, which is mongoose.connect, and this is the schema of my collection over here. I'm having name, email, and ID. This is the mongoose model, and this is the post method. Okay, really simple one, and this is the update or put method over here. So first let me show you a demo of how this post method works. Okay, so let me just start the server node main.js. okay, so it has started now on port 3000. So if I now just go to my Postman, it's /post. okay, as you can see, this same path, and I need to pass your name, email, and ID, which is here. I will just change it as John. Okay, and I'll just put your ID as 11. You will just send it. I'll be getting the message as posted over here, and if I just now go to my MongoDB database and refresh it, John 11, ID as 11, and this email over here as well. So that's fine. So it's working pretty good. So now let's go and do the get or fetch method. Okay, so let me just come down over here. I will just put a command as fetch or get, something like that. The next line, it's going to be app.get, and inside the bracket we need to specify the path. Okay, so it's going to be /fetch, and we are going to fetch with the help of a ID. Okay, so it's going to be :ID. So this ID basically corresponds to this ID. Okay, not the default ID of Mongoose, but our own specified ID over here. So that's going to be the ID. That ID we are going to pass through the parameter, and just come out of this path, comma, function. So it's going to be request and response over here. Just open curly bracket, and first thing we need to get this ID. Okay, so for that I'll just put fetch ID equal to request dot params dot id. Okay, that's it. So if you are getting some data from through request body, we will put request dot body, and if you are getting that ID from a parameter, we will put request dot params dot id. And next thing is to fetch the data from the Mongoose database. We will be using the find function. Okay, so in the next line you need to specify your Mongoose model name. So in my case, the Mongoose model name is mon model. Okay, so just come down over here and put mon model dot find. Okay, and just open circular bracket, and inside this you need to pass like two parameters. Okay, first one is the ID through which you want to find in your database. So just open another circular bracket, just pass ID over here. So this ID, as I told you earlier, corresponds to this ID. Okay, if you want to find with the help of name, you can give name there, email there. Okay, I am finding with the through ID itself. Okay, so I am putting ID over here and ID, and we need to pass the value that we are passing through our parameter. So it's going to be fetch ID over here, and this needs to be enclosed within curly bracket as well. Okay, just put a curly bracket over here and come out of this stuff. Okay, come out of all of this. Okay, this is going to be a second argument, comma, function, open circular bracket again, and error, comma, value. Okay, and open curly bracket again. So in case of any error, this catches it, and the value, this value corresponds to the values that are present in the database for this corresponding ID that we are passing over here. So what we are going to do with this data is, let's just send it. Okay, let's just do response dot send val. That's it. Okay, this response or send val means that this value, okay, the values present in the database will be getting displayed in our console of our Postman. Basically it will be appearing here. So now let's just run and test it out. Okay, save it and just run it now. So it's on port 3000. I will go to Postman. So it's /fetch/ and what are the IDs we are having? I am having 3. Okay, I will put ID 3. Okay, it's going to be /3. So this is what that path means. /fetch/3 means that slash fetch slash 3. So this 3 will be getting passed as fetch ID over here. And another important thing is that you need to change this to get, okay. It won't work if you keep as post or some other thing. So we don't need any data to be passed in none. That's perfect, I guess. And if I just now send this, I'll be getting all these values. So as you can see, I'm getting name as D, email d@d.com something, and the same data is also present in the database, okay. And just have a look at it. And let's suppose say that if you pass something, okay, some other ID that isn't present in our database. So let's say I will put some 1000 is not present in my database itself. So if I just now send it, I'll be getting an empty array, okay. I'll be getting an empty array. So in order to like make our code more understandable and generic, we will have some conditions, okay, to check these as well, to check whether our particular ID is present in our database or not. So for that, it's really simple. So first thing, let me just remove this. If val dot length, okay, equal to 0, okay, which means that our val is this empty array, okay. We will be getting this empty array when we pass a ID which it is in present in our database. As in case we pass 1000, right, we are getting an empty array. So we are checking that, and if this val dot length is equal to 0, what we will do is we will put response dot send, okay, data does not exist, okay, or you can do wrong ID, something like that. Else means our data is present, okay. You will just put a else response dot send val, the value, okay. And we are also having this error, okay. This error is unused. Really important to use this as well. So for that, just come top of this if error. If there is any error, that becomes, this if condition becomes true and this get executed. So just come over here. You can just have a response dot send and just pass something error, something like that, random thing, or you can just pass that error over here as well. That's your choice. And after having this error, you need to put a else condition, okay, else condition, and you need to enclose all these previously written code within this, okay, just okay, like this. So this ending curly bracket will be corresponding to this else block, okay. So it's pretty obvious. If you have any error, means this code isn't going to work. So we need to just have it in else part, okay. And I think this makes sense to you. So let me just now save it and stop the existing one and rerun it again. So it's working well. So now if I just try the same thing, 1000, it isn't present in my MongoDB database. If I just send it now, I'll be getting data does not exist, and I will go over here. 11 is present in my database, so I will just put over here 11 and send it. I'll be getting the value, okay. And in case of error, okay, for error, I think if we will get an error if we pass some alphabet or value. So I will put AA, something like that, and if I send it, I'll be getting error over here as well. So this is working perfectly, and I hope you would have found this video useful. I have also done many other programming videos in C, C++, Java, Python, SQL queries, as well as 3D animation using Blender. And you can also check this update and post method in the video list of my channel. So that's it for this video, and thanks for watching.